His Hero Is Gone, one of my favorite bands, an absolute essential if you are into crust punk and hardcore punk. Their legacy was fueled by constant touring, and their message would face-hug you so that it would immortalize itself into your non-existent brain cells. What defines their sound is highly noisy guitars, a loud and distorted bass, and the sounds of concentrated pain. When Carl screams, you feel it. It's all fun to listen to, but it can also be highly angry and highly depressing depending on what your mood is. Lyrically, they discuss anti-consumerism, non-conformity, and animal rights, among a bunch of other things that crust bands talk about. They've created music that was so crushing and tight that it still holds up even today. 15 Counts of Arson has hurt a lot of feelings over the years. It has a hint of doom metal with the slower sections, and perhaps there are more slow songs on this album than any of their other albums. The dissonance is strong with this one. Voluntary Amputation and Thieves would show that with songs as short and simple as these, there can still be some complex and tight drumming. And then you get to end result of 11 days in the mental hospital and you'll feel terrible for mental patients everywhere. Now, Nile and Origin have already put me in the funny farm, and now His Hero Is Gone is having a go. It's considered a classic crust punk album. The Dead of Night and 8 movements would be added to the CD version of 15 Counts of Arson. The songs are generally faster and they're more structured than on the album. It's just as noisy and violent as ever. Even the artwork's really awesome, take a look at that. Head Count and Unvisited Grave are my favorites. Fool's Gold is more of the same from His Hero Is Gone, but the production would be a little better and it would have more of a D-beat punk sound, say Wolf Brigade. Also, one of the longest songs they have ever done is on this EP, Raise the Curtain. It's a little over 3 minutes long. It must have been really fun to write because it's more melodic than usual. And the fact that it's one of the 2 songs that they've done that's over 3 minutes long, it makes it worth a special listen. This song needs to be a wrestler's theme. Make it Triple H's theme. And then you get to Monuments to Thieves. I consider it to be their masterpiece. It's their most lyrically complex, their heaviest, and their best performed. You can tell that this band has been rehearsing and has had a lot of practice playing these songs. The chemistry within the band is undeniable. But just look at the artwork. It's simple, but it also says a few things if you look closely. It's right up there with 15 Counts of Arson as a classic crust album. Both albums are top sellers on the Prank label. Favorite songs from this album are Like Weeds and The Unwanted Child. The Plot Thickens would be the last thing they ever released. I mean, that's not even counting all the compilation appearances that they had. This one's generally shorter, and would continue to combine their D-beat sound with the crust and doom that they've established. It's not as good as the other albums, but it seems to have more versions than the other albums. Like, this album has 3 different artworks, and the track listing between CD and vinyl differ greatly. It's really annoying when you want to have their entire catalog on wax, but hey, it's His Hero Is Gone. Unfortunately, the band would split up, but most of the members would go on to form the supergroup Tragedy. It's more melodic hardcore punk and less to do with crust. It's pretty enjoyable, but personally I miss the intensity, depression, anger, and sluttiness of His Hero Is Gone. Everything that band ever did was fool's gold, but go for Monuments to Thieves or I'll charge you with 15 Counts of Arson.